Okay, I am going to start the show. Hope everyone can hear me. Tommy Denise, I think you're semi-frozen, so you're giving me a heart attack, but that's okay. I can do it. I can do it. Welcome to the Professional and Animal Lovers Show, aka PALS, if you want to use the acronym. And this show has been so amazing. We are bringing together people, business owners, animal advocates, pet professionals, people who love and care about animals and want to make the world a better place for them. Tommy Demise is still on mute, so here we go. Today's guest, we're going to get to him momentarily. His name is Joshua Caban. Did I say that right, Joshua?
Yes.
Come on. Okay. And he is with American Pet Place. He is a fascinating entrepreneur. I've been stalking him for a while, so I'm really thrilled that he's here. And he's going to talk to us about how he came about his idea, how he made it such a quick success, whereas a lot of companies, you know, have that 5-year uphill battle before they really get anywhere. And what I need to do is also mention my brilliant, amazing, I'm trying to come up with the right word for someone who kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone. I'm not sure what that word is, but I'll just say it's Tommy Demisa, because he learned all about what we were looking to do, which is bring these brilliant animal lovers together so they can network and support each other in business, in charity, and in life. And he basically forced me to do this show in a good way. So Tommy, let me just check in with you.
You can hear me now, right, Val?
I can hear you. Thank God.
All right. So I got to be honest with you. I did not set you up to start the show all by yourself. I would never do that to you. That's like throwing your kid in the water when they don't know how to swim, and I would never do that to my partner.
Thank you.
So I wouldn't. You're doing a hell of a job. I'm listening to you. The video just went down. You know what? Sometimes when you're on location, you know, things don't work out as well as you might have wanted them to. So Val, you did a dynamite job. I heard the whole thing. You're crushing it. You're killing it. I'm going to leave and let you take care of the rest of the 55 minutes of this program. You and Josh. No? All right, I'll stay. I'll stay. So as Val told you, it's the PAL show, your PAL show, Professionals and Animal Lovers. Val, why don't we talk about the Compassion Awards? We're 95 some odd days outside the Compassion Awards. Let's talk about that.
Okay. So because of this show, right, we have just been meeting and connecting with the most amazing, selfless people, many of whom are, you know, they give to rescues, they volunteer, they're boots on the ground, you know, they've got 21 cats in their garage, kittens that they're trying to get adopted. They're the people that get called at midnight to save a turtle with a fractured shell in the middle of a highway. They're the people who foster 20 dogs in their own house at a time. And anyway, so we decided we have to do an event and bring all these people together. And there's really no event out there, as far as my research shows, that honors and recognizes these boots on the ground local heroes. So the Compassion Awards has been born, so to speak. It's October 11th of this year at the Refuge in Melville. We are bringing in sponsors. We have several commitments ready. We are looking for more. If you believe you have a business or a brand that can benefit from being in front of a room full of compassionate people who are pet parents and animal lovers, we'd certainly love to hear from you. And early bird tickets, I should mention, are right now on sale until August 11th, and then the prices do go up. So if you're like me and you want to get the best deal, you have till August 11th. Visit www.pal-show.com. Whew.
So be like Val and buy your tickets now. Don't be like Tommy D trying to get a ticket like after the thing sells out, and then you're like, dude, how do I get in? Like, can I call in a favor? Like, be proactive, get out there. Like, and the people we hang out with in this world are changing the world, so they are proactive people. So really special. Look, if you're involved with animal advocacy, if you want to learn more about it, you should be a part of the movement. This is a movement. PALS is a movement. It happens to be a radio show that turns into a podcast, but it's a journey. It's a movement. Val has the pom poms going. We're celebrating, baby. All right, so this is really we're all over the map physically today, but also my mind is all over the map because I got a lot of cool things on my mind. I'm excited, Joshua, to have you on the show. And Val said she's been stalking you. I think she means that with affection and love, not like criminal. I guess not like criminal stalking.
I'm a fan.
But
I'm a fan, right?
Well, that's what's cool when you have a show. Then you get to be a fan, and then you get to meet people, and then they become your friends. I'm learning that in a lot of ways myself. Shout out to Charlie and Tanya Dybel, always checking in, always supporting the show. Joey's Paul, watching you guys on Facebook, appreciate. Right on. That's what they always tell us too, Val. That's so funny that you would say that. So I'm in a loud environment, so I'm gonna let Val take a lot of the show today. Because again, we're gonna go in the deep end. We're gonna get gonna get a little uncomfortable, kid. This whole show is about getting uncomfortable. But I will before we do that. So I want to read to you what I have. So Joshua Caban, and I said it right because I heard him say it before. So we are a direct-to-consumer and wholesale business for pet gear, clothing, accessories, beds, and toys. We're on Amazon.com. Just signed a big deal with Buc-ee's stores, which is down in Texas. And American Pet Place will be in over 40 stores in the South. That's incredible, man, because this is something that's brand new, right? I mean, we've only been doing this for a year and a half, and this is one of those, if I may say so, silver linings, of what we're going through now, going on 3 years now as a world, as a planet. So, Joshua, why don't you take it away, and then I'm sure Valerie and I are going to have a whole bunch of questions for you. Tell us the story, man.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me. This is really cool. I'm so excited to be on here. I, like a lot of people, I had a situation where, I was let go from my job during the pandemic. We lost budget. I wasn't able to keep doing what I was doing. So at that time, my entire career has been based on retail and marketing. I've worked for the Children's Place, the Gap, Carter's and Oshkosh, Little Me, and they were all baby brands. With retail and marketing, as they were saying, oh, the pandemic hit, no one's shopping, I really thought my career was over. So I needed to figure out how to reinvent myself. And use what are some of my core skills and kind of use that to build another skill, which would be online digital marketing, web development, web retailing. I looked into a lot of different programs, NYU, Cornell, and I thought, my husband, he was like, why would you spend all this money on, going to school again? Like, you have the experience, you have the contacts. Why don't you do something and just build a site? Let's see how it goes. And that was the start of the conversation. And he had me thinking like, okay, well, let me just, if it doesn't work out and I can't find any work, then I'll just do consulting like most people do after they can't find any work. But it really led to being able to develop a business that I found fun and rewarding. So during the pandemic, when we were all stuck at home, I had a friend, my neighbor, who fostered kittens. And I would see her walking her dogs and we would talk for a while. And she's like, Josh, we could really use some help. We're getting a lot of pets. There's a lot of adoptions. People are looking for pets. We can't attend to them as fast as we should. So I went to Oceanside. This Roughhouse Rescue had a place where you can walk the dogs, feed them, wash them. So I would dedicate like 4 hours a week. And it broke my heart. It did, because I would actually leave crying. I was more depressed about it than anything, because I know
you want to bring them all with you, right?
I know, but this old man here does not like to share his time. So I wasn't going to bring any more friends, but instead I thought, why don't we do a business that we can build awareness to pets that need homes,
right?
It's kittens or dogs. And we started doing strategizing, I started looking into vendors that can supply me with product. Then I came up with the name American Pet Place, and it
It's
was
a great
available.
name.
Thank you, thank you. It was a contest between my husband and I, and he won. It's trademarked, and you know, the good thing is that in my career, I have a lot of contacts and favors. So I called a lot of them, and I know a lot of people
Yeah.
that also they were affected by COVID. So they were open to helping me develop the website, create the logos, and do all that stuff.
Can I just interject real quick? Because I see
Sure.
Tom vigorously shaking his head, and I can almost guess what he's thinking. But we do talk a lot on this show also about the power of relationships and networking. And it, you know, it never ceases to amaze me. This just happened to me yesterday, where I had reached out to an old customer and friend, and I just kind of was explained to him this concept of the Compassion Awards. And I said, I'm just calling you to pick your brain. If you think of anyone who might be a good partner for us, you know, let me know. Well, yesterday he tells me that his law firm wants to sponsor our event. And I was like, I did not see that coming at all. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
point, to your point, it's like when you call out to your natural network and people who know you and they know your heart, it leads to great things. Isn't it amazing? I mean, it's amazing.
It's amazing. You know, some people call it a blessing. I do too. I feel that I surround myself with really, I mean, my family is one thing, but my contacts and my relationships will help me in this road that we're now building.
Mhm.
And if they cannot help me, at least they can help me find someone that can.
Yep.
You know, which is also important.
Yeah.
So yeah, we launched on September 15th of 2020. That was when we launched our website.
Okay. Wow.
We launched with about 100 different SKUs, and spent a lot of time learning every day. YouTube is like my favorite thing. You know, it taught me how to do digital marketing, place my ads, work with Google,
Wow.
launch on Facebook.
So you're self-taught in this digital marketing space.
Absolutely. So, I mean, fundamentally, I get it. I get,
Yeah.
you know, how to hook and bait and get them in. But digitally, it's unique to brick and mortar.
Yeah.
That was like Q3 into Q4. It was amazing. It was great. I started selling on Amazon. So we were actually, once we registered our name and trademarked it, they gave us a serial number. We were able to then work with Amazon to establish ourselves as a brand. So we did, Amazon has a Fulfilled by Amazon. You send them your product and they'll ship it out for you. Wherever we sold from, whether it's from Amazon, on AmericanPetPlace.com, Facebook, or Instagram, we started taking a percentage of that sale and bringing it over to Rough House Rescue.
Donating back.
Yeah.
So I know we have to go to break, but I just want to reiterate what you just said. So step one was obviously the concept. Step two was the name and trademarking it. You trademarked it before you launched.
Correct.
And then there was a few months of building the website. Did you build the website yourself as well?
A friend of mine.
A friend. Okay, perfect.
It was dinner and wine, and they did it for me. I just had to upload the product. It was fantastic, which was good because I learned.
Yes, and we have great friends. So, and I think we've all had some kind of a, you know, pro bono friend that, you know, just lends their expertise. But that is amazing. And then, so I want to get into, when we come back from break, if you don't mind,
Sure.
Kind of like your products. I love your products. I'm looking at them. I love the dog with the suit. You know, he looks like he's a lawyer. But I mean, are you designing this? Are you drop shipping it, or are you picking out already designed stuff and then reselling it? Like, this is the stuff I just have to know, and I think
Yeah,
other
sure.
potential entrepreneurs would love to know too.
Let's do it when we come back. Val, let's do it
Yeah.
when we come back, right?
Okay.
One of the things on the show we do is we learn, we educate, we advocate. That's actually three things. One is we learn from each other. And I want to just give a quick shout out to an old mentor of ours called Zig Ziglar. And Zig says, you will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. Zig said that many, many years ago. And Joshua, as you were speaking, I was thinking of Zig. And that's it. You know, it's about relationships, about deposits into relationships.
Right.
It then gives us that opportunity to take a withdrawal when we need one. So we are speaking about taking things. We're going to take a quick break. This
Okay.
is your Professionals in Animal Lovers show. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
Are you a business owner? Do you want to be a business owner? Do you work with business owners? Hi, I'm Stephen Fry, your small and medium-sized business or SMB guy, and I'm the host of the new show, Always Friday. While I love to have fun on my show, we take those Friday feelings of freedom and clarity to discuss popular topics on the minds of SMBs today. Please join me and my various special guests on Friday at 11 a.m. on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a conscious co-creator? Are you on a quest to raise your vibration and your consciousness? I'm Sam Leibowitz, your conscious consultant. And on my show, The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, we will touch upon all these topics and more. Listen live at our new time on Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern Time. That's The Conscious Consultant Hour, Awakening Humanity, Thursdays, 12 noon on talkradio.nyc.
Are you on edge? Hey, we live in challenging, edgy times, so let's lean in. I'm Sandra Bargman, the host of The Edge of Every Day, which airs each Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc. Tune in live with me and my friends and colleagues as we share stories and perspectives about pushing boundaries and exploring our rough edges. That's The Edge of Every Day on Mondays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC. Uplift, educate, empower.
And we are back. This is PALS, Professionals and Animal Lovers show, and I'm coming at you on location. Valerie's showing pictures on her phone. We're using old school technology. We're not sharing screens. We're just showing photos. Val, you got any? You got like just regular printout photos too? Maybe we could look at the negatives.
I
Very
know,
cool.
right?
I
I love my mom. These
Oh,
outfits.
is that from their? Is that
Yes.
from their company?
I
All right, before we
screenshotted
jump back into
stuff.
the company, I got these obligatory hellos we gotta do really
Okay.
quick. Some guy called Barry Heffron is letting us know I'm watching the show with my buddy Michael Wagner. So the guy's
Hey,
always
Mike.
got to get his name on the show. He's always looking for these plugs. This guy Barry. What's up, Dr. Be Well? Got to send Michael Caban is saying love Toby. Hi Joshua, so proud of you and the app, and he shares the app AmericanPetPlace.com. You can tell us who that is, and also he jumps in and says Ubuntu, which means I am because we are. I am because we are. It's all about community. Thank you, Michael,
I love
for checking in with that. Joshua, who is this Michael gentleman that's checking in here?
He is my nephew, my heart. I love him so much.
Aw, yay.
So
Appreciate you, Michael. Thanks for checking in.
So my nephew, actually, I'm in my 40s, and I won't say how old he is, but he's actually not in his 40s, but not in his 30s. So he's a little bit in between. I'm the youngest of 7. So his dad is 18 years older than I am.
Wow.
And they're like my brothers. So
Yeah.
they're always together.
That's great. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. I love that. I'm an only child. I'm so like,
Oh God, we're like a village here.
yeah, I love that. That's fun. So, I also want to ask you, I have so many questions. So just, you can just answer as you see fit, but I know you are also a minority-owned business.
Yes.
And I would love for you to mention how you go about doing that, because sometimes people don't even think about doing that and why they should do that. And also getting back to the actual apparel and accoutrements, I like to say, for the pets. I love your taste, and I would love to know, like, have you designed this stuff? Are you prototyping, or are you choosing and then reselling? Like, how do you do it? What's the secret sauce?
Yeah, so thank you. I love the assortment myself. I shopped it out as if I was looking for a product for Toby. The minute I got Toby, he was wearing cool sweaters, and although he would look at me like, why are you doing this to me, daddy? But there were perfect Instagram moments, right?
Yeah.
So that's how it started. I have a lot of friends, like I said, in the apparel industry and who work with different factories. I reached out to a friend of mine from my most recent place of employment, and they forwarded me some contacts, and I started just talking to them via WhatsApp in China, in Bangladesh, and they were not able to help me. Then they would find me other places that could. And the truth is, though, when you're working with a new business, there's really no way to forecast what the trends are going to be. So what I wanted to do is create a really diverse assortment of bedding and accessories and apparel, whether it's t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, and just see what is building traffic and what is my customer, who is my customer. So I wanted to get, in order to do that, I didn't want to buy deep into an assortment. So I tested everything out. And because of that, I can't make 20 t-shirts, because they won't stop a factory that makes 3,000 units a day to make just 20 t-shirts for me. So I had to buy things that were available, what they call available to sell. So a lot of these factories who make for other pet companies, or like the Chewies or the Petcos, they had pre-made styles and bodies. And I would just go and buy off of their line, off their assortment, whatever is available, and add our logos and our hang tag and packaging. And it's not unique to American Pet Place at first. So when we sell it when we talk as a brand, the brand is a minority-owned business that wants to benefit and raise awareness for other animals that need a loving home. So by building that business, that is our brand, right? Now that we know what does well, the sweaters, the hoodies, we cannot keep a hoodie in stock.
Tommy is the biggest fan of hoodies. I feel him chomping at the bit. He is always wanting a hoodie. He's telling me, because he wants to have a merch table at our event. He's like, we need a merch table. We need purple hoodies. We gotta have hoodies. He's all about the hoodie. That's so cute. I get it.
Yeah.
Universally, everyone wears hoodies, right?
So yeah, no, absolutely. And there are other trends that are coming up now, like that I didn't have on my website at the time of development. Trends of the mommy and me, or the so it's a pet, could be a pet woven with a bohemian print on it, and the daddy has the same exact shirt. So those are the things that we're developing for 2023. So we're going to have a line of pet mom hoodies and t-shirts with the matching collars, bandanas, and t-shirts for the pet.
I'm so down with that. Matching pajamas. And we're also going to do a kid line, since the factories that we work with are baby factories, they do that as well. I thought it'd be great to find a really great print where we can have a child or a tween wearing the same type of outfit or pajama as a pet, as a dog or a cat. 100%. Which, by the way, cats
I had no idea that people would buy pajamas or anything for a cat, right? I always
The
thought
cat's pajamas.
they
The
are,
cat's pajamas.
they are, I mean, it's brilliant because I asked one of my customers, I'm like, why are you buying pajamas for your pet, for your cat? Because when he sheds in the pajamas. I take it off, wash it, done. No shedding around the house.
Oh,
Like,
I think my husband, I think you just made a sale with my husband because we're constant. We have one cat in particular that sheds a ton. Her name is Puffy.
that's
Kind of, self-manifesting there. But her hair just gets everywhere. Like we'll put a comforter over like the love seat or whatever, and that's like her place. And when you wash the comforter and you pull the dryer vent out, it's like, whoa, it is loaded. It's loaded. That's such a smart idea. I don't know if she'll want it, but we'll try it.
Never know. She might like it.
And I also love, you have, so this is the month of Pride. July is Pride Month.
Yep.
You have a whole line. I know my friends Paul and Tom, I hope they're watching in Pennsylvania. Hi guys. They have a dog, and the I Heart My Daddies line. It's brilliant. It's really like a brilliant line. And of course you have I Love My Mommies, I think.
I
also.
do. Sure.
Yeah. But you have the Pride sleeping hut. What do you call the one with like the tent over it?
It's a teepee bed.
Teepee bed, the rainbow teepee bed. Oh my God, it's so stinking cute. I want to sleep in it. It looks so comfortable.
They're great. And that's the other thing is knowing how, families want to be able to provide, like thinking about the beds, they want to be able to provide a safe place for dogs. And usually it's in the, they crate train them, but their pets, as they become seniors, they don't want to be they don't want to be in their crate.
Yeah.
So they have these dome beds that are amazing. That's where they find their safe place.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little shelter. They go in, and cats love it too. So it was one of my biggest sellers, the rainbow dome pet bed.
I had a feeling.
Pride. Yeah. So, we are minority owned, LGBTQ plus. My husband and I have been together for 27 years, married for 7 this year.
Oh, that's like us. My husband and I have been together for like, oh boy, Barry, 16 years and married for 2.
Val, he's watching on Facebook. He's commenting,
I'm like,
watching.
16?
You better get this right.
Mark, married, we'll call it 2. I'm rounding.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I get in trouble too. But it's a great thing because we're part of a community that is, we help each other, we look out for each other. And by providing an assortment on the website with the pride flag on it is amazing. And again, that's like our biggest sellers. We don't even do a lot of online marketing with that. It's just organic search.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So you had asked me a question. It was regarding before the break, do I do drop ship? Do I design a lot of the product? So we actually are working. So it's kind of like a shuffle. It's a mix of a lot of different things. We bought a lot of things that were available to sell that we repackaged as American Pet Plates. I was able to work with a couple of local people that have Etsy businesses on bandanas that I had placed in order with them to just help local businesses.
I love that.
So we have that on our website as a, basically personalized your own bandana or t-shirts. And I outsource that with a couple of people on Etsy so we can kind of work together and I could help other small businesses. And then the other thing is we deal with a company that's based out of Iowa that does drop shipping, which is excellent because from a small business perspective, you have to think about all of the money that you have to put out to buy your inventory.
Yep.
And it's risky. There was a lot of things, there are things that didn't do well for me that I thought would do excellent, right? And then there are things that I didn't buy enough of that blew out, right? So those are the things that I'm saying that's how we learned, and that's what we'll start making unique for American Pet Place. But you kind of exhaust all of your capital. So what we started to do is research drop ship. And there's one company that does a lot of made in America accessories. I wanted to buy from them and warehouse it myself so I can just distribute from either an FBA program or out of my warehouse. My warehouse is basically my garage.
I knew it.
You know, we're a small business, so that's the truth. I'm gonna be honest, but it looks like a mini Amazon place. It's just
that's how a lot of small.
Let me interrupt.
Yeah.
Val and Josh, let me interrupt. Let's take a quick break because I got a bunch of questions about retail. When we come back, I want you to tell everybody who might not know what that acronym FBA actually stands for, because I think it's a great opportunity for small businesses to leverage Amazon. And I have a question when we come back about retail. So I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because then you'd get I want to hit you right on the spot with this question about retail when we come back.
All right.
So we're going to take a quick break. This is PALS. I had to get in and interrupt Val, or we'd be ending the show on this segment.
I know.
We're going to stop. Let's take a quick break. Dylan, take us to break.
I am Joseph Franklin McElroy, host of the new podcast, Gateway to the Smokies. It airs on talkradio.nyc every Tuesday night from 6 p.m. to 7. Every episode is dedicated to memorable experiences in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park and surrounding areas. This show features experts and locals who will expound upon the richness of culture, history, and adventure that awaits you in the Smokies. Tune in every Tuesday from 6 p.m. to 7 on talkradio.nyc.
Are you passionate about the conversation around racism? Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. TLC, host of the Dismantle Racism Show, which airs every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern on talkradio.nyc. Join me and my amazing guests as we discuss ways to uncover, dismantle, and eradicate racism. That's Thursdays at 11 o'clock a.m. on talkradio.nyc.
Are you a small business trying to navigate the COVID-19 related employment laws? Hello, I'm Eric Sauver, employment law, business law attorney, and host of the new radio show, Employment Law Today. On my show, we'll have guests to discuss the common employment law challenges business owners are facing during these trying times. Tune in on Tuesday evenings from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time on talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc, now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
And we're back. Val, I gotta tell you something. I wasn't sure if that was gonna be one of our commercials, so I was waiting. I thought that was gonna be the commercial we do with our theme song. And then I realized, we're coming back from break. Tommy, do you get it together? So this is PAL's Discussions and Animal Lovers Show. Joshua Caban is here, and I have a question about the retail thing. I'm gonna ask you in a second, but tell us about FBA, because as much as you know about it, because of how, like, small business owners, this is certainly not an advertisement for Amazon, unless Mr. Bezos, he would like to advertise on the show, and then I could just give you my cell phone number and you can call me. But Josh, tell us a little bit about how that works and how you've leveraged it.
Yeah, so just thinking about Amazon in general, you know, when you're spending money on marketing on Google or any type of SEO, it can be very expensive. So working with marketplaces that have better hits. So what I started doing is just simply punching in some of the keywords from my descriptions on my website, and a lot of the product would pop up through Amazon. What if I punched in a dog t-shirt? Amazon was the first hit, then eBay. So I'm thinking that is my way to go. If I wanted to use Amazon as a vehicle to drive sales and put coupons in my boxes to have them redirected into the website, which is, I'm going to be honest, it was a hard it was hard at first, but now there's at least a 5% return on any box that we ship out that they come back to our website with the coupon. That was the first idea for me is, okay, now that we're a brand, we have to launch on Amazon. And we did. Shortly after that, I was seeing that a lot of my margins were not as great as they should be. Just because to do business on Amazon, even though they have better SEO, you still have to spend money on marketing. It's not as much as spending money on Google, but it is money, right? So what I thought after talking to a specialist on Amazon, they kept on saying, you know, you're providing free shipping for Prime customers or even for non-Prime customers. So why don't have you considered an FBA program, which stands for fulfillment by Amazon.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. That's I was about to ask you what that is because I did not know that, but I love this. Keep going.
Yeah, so you basically give up a portion of your a percentage of your sale. So Amazon can warehouse, pick and pack, and ship out to a customer. You can do anything from 100 units per style, which could be a mix of small, medium, large, extra large, or extra, extra large.
Mhm.
And they warehouse it for you for a fee, which comes out every time you make a sale.
Mhm.
The downside to that is they're not putting in any American Pet Place marketing pieces. No bounce back coupons, nothing like that. That if I fulfill it myself from my warehouse, which is my garage, I put in all those stuffers into the boxes. The other downside to FBA is that when I ship a box, my box says American Pet Place. I have American Pet Place tape, so it's all very branded and people see where it's coming from.
Mhm.
And I also, believe it or not, when you walk around and you see a Chewy's box out on the curb,
Yeah.
people are like, oh, Chewy's, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's walking their dog. They see American Pet Place on the curb. I'll get more people that way. So I love that.
I agree. Yeah, well, it's good that you're doing both though.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm going to be honest though, with the fulfillment by Amazon, it's wonderful. I can have 1,000 pieces made in China and ship it directly to one of their warehouses, and they will sort it into its bays, pick and pack it when it's, and they also help me out with a lot of the marketing, and they'll suggest how I can market. Which is great.
This is very exciting for me because I've had some ideas, like I mentioned before the show, and you know, I've kind of pitched it to my own husband, but our garage is not willing to become our warehouse. The garage is basically his. I have to be honest. I have a couple of things in there. I'm not even sure what they are, but for the most part, that's like his space. But that's okay. But I'm learning. So, and I'm sure a lot of other people are learning as well. And if you don't mind, because I do really believe it's so important. I've had like the Small Business Association come in the past and do some talks for some groups of people. And one of the things they spoke to was, you know, people becoming, whether it's a WBE or an MBE or I'm forgetting, I know a few designations, but if you could just speak to that process really quickly and why it's beneficial for you to be a minority business, an MBE you are, correct?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So my brother Joe, he is in the logistics and warehousing business. He's helped me out a lot with the transportation, with product coming in from China. He is certified minority owned.
Mhm.
Being Latino, I never really think about it as something that I would want to exploit or make it benefit me. But it makes sense when, for example, working with the whole Buc-ee's opportunity, which we haven't talked about.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yes.
The fact that we're certified minority owned is what they look for. They're looking to help out small businesses that are trying to do something great. And even more so the story of helping homeless dogs and cats find a home or some love and some care, they love that even more. So that just added to the story. The truth is that we are certified as of, what's today, July 6th. It was like January, the middle of January, because it takes some time. You have to fill out your paperwork. You can get a lot of information from your local small business administration office or their .com. I highly recommend that because they help out so much and they have so much information. Anything from finances to workshops. And their offices, when we first launched, weren't open. So everything was online, but it's great because a lot of it is searchable.
I want to go back to what you just said before, because I understand what you're saying. And it's funny. I think of a friend of mine who's she's beautiful on the inside and out. I mean, she's a real looker, you know, and she said to me once, she said, I'm not against using all of your assets to get business, but what I love what you said is that, you know, it's about your why, right? So I agree with you. I have become this like fearless, you know, I'm cold calling businesses that are like, you know, related to what we're trying to accomplish for the Compassion Awards. And I was never really that person, like cold call, what? Ugh, no way, you know, but now I'm like, hey, we have this incredible thing going on. And I became like, I grew a spine because I believe in our mission so much. So that's the key, right? It's like your why, we're very similar. You want to make the world a better place for animals. You want to get animals adopted and off the streets and out of the kennels. And because of that, if you can swing a door open by having this certified minority business owner to a huge, you know, ginormous company like Buc-ee's and others who are looking for people like you, what are they looking for? They're looking for compassion, and they're looking to support kind of like, you know, maybe an underserved community. That's fantastic all around. So when your why drives you, it becomes easier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And when your why is your story, you know, that is where, you know, it is always a good story to tell. Like when we were talking before, when I said, oh, you know, I really didn't think about being a certified minority owned. I feel that there are businesses out there that could use that extra oomph. And I didn't know, like, I didn't feel like, oh, I don't want to take away from others. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do. I totally, but see, that's the compassion in you. But the truth is, it doesn't have to be a binary option, right? It's not like if I'm successful and I get this deal, I stepped on someone else who's worth it more or deserves it more. I do believe there's plenty out there for everyone. And I think it's just smart to capitalize that. Most business people would say you want to capitalize on all opportunities that you can.
Yeah.
So I'm a fan. I wish more people would educate themselves on these certifications because it will help you grow. Absolutely. Tommy, are you a minority? We got to get a designation here. We got to get something.
Am I a minority?
You're not, right?
No, I think I think
Yeah.
everything about me is not a minority, to be honest with you. I don't think I fit in it. I don't think I fit in any of the categories. In fact, I don't get to use minority in it. But I think people should leverage that status for sure. Let me my quick questions, and I'm going to share Simon Sinek Start With Why. I'll share that video if anybody hasn't seen it. I'll share it on Facebook because it's definitely where we're going with this whole why conversation. But I will say, I want to hear about Buc-ee's when we come back. But here's my question for you, Mr. Caban. I want to understand, with a background in retail, when are we going to see a pop-up store somewhere on Long Island, maybe in some bougie community, maybe out in the Hamptons or something like that, or in Manhattan somewhere, like a pop-up? It doesn't have to be. Is that in your mind? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I think that brick and mortar is important especially for small businesses. I think that after the pandemic, we've seen an uptick in people frequenting small businesses. You can see that with small little fashion boutiques where I am, where they're not going to the Gaps or the Forever 21s, they're going to the smaller businesses to help them out. And which is fantastic, because at one point we kind of stopped seeing these pretty little boutiques popping up. But now they're definitely on the uptick. It is, for me, important to have an online presence, but the brick and mortar will also be used, or a pop-up will also be used as kind of like a studio, where we can have people come in and engage them with maybe a lesson on how to cut your dog's nails. I mean, or like have like almost like a sip and paint, but it'll be, you know, something that's related to pets, an environment like that. And you could also shop.
Oh, and a modeling competition, like who wore it best.
I would love a modeling competition. But the other thing is that I would love to sponsor shelters and refuge where they can bring some of the animals there and have maybe an adoption event. That is like my ultimate goal.
I love you. I just want to let you know, I love you.
Thank you.
I really do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
In like in you know, a non-romantic way, but like I love your heart.
You could just love people. You don't have to explain it. It's just okay. We can love. It's all good to love you. We do have to take a break because Dylan doesn't love us right now because we're holding up the break. So when we come back, I shout out to Michael Cabby. He says, yes, American Pet Place pop-up. Oh, I have a lot of P's. Yeah. American Pet Place pop-up. I want you to shout out. We are so overdue on the break, but before we go to break, shout out the Instagram, shout out the Facebook, shout out the website, Joshua. Then we go right to the break, Dylan, after that.
Thanks.
I hate
Josh, give me the Instagram, give me the Facebook, and give me the website.
Do you want me to type it out, or?
Yeah. No, just holler it out. Let them hear it.
Oh, it's it's American Pet Place on Facebook. American Pet Place. It's facebook.com/American Pet Place. It's also Instagram.com/American Pet Place, and the website is AmericanPetPlace.com.
All right, we'll make you do that again at the break, but thank you for doing it. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Tommy D, the nonprofit sector connected, coming at you from my attic. Each week here on talkradio.nyc, I host a program, Philanthropy in Focus. Nonprofits impact us each and every day, and it's my focus to help them amplify their message and tell their story. Listen each week at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on talkradio.nyc.
In a post-COVID world, you may have many unanswered questions regarding your health. Are you looking to live a healthier lifestyle? Do you have a desire to learn more about mental health and enhance your quality of life? Or do you just want to participate in self-understanding and awareness? I'm Frank R. Harrison, host of Frank About Health, and each Thursday, I will tackle these questions and work to enlighten you. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. on talkradio.nyc, and I will be Frank About Health to advocate for all of us.
Calling all pet lovers.
Pet Avengers, assemble!
On the Professionals and Animal Lovers show, we believe the bond between animal lovers is incredibly strong. It mirrors that bond between pets and their owners. Through this program, we come together to learn, educate, and advocate.
Join us live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. at talkradio.nyc.
You're listening to Talk Radio NYC at www.talkradio.nyc. Now broadcasting 24 hours a day.
We're back, Val. Take it away.
Okay, well, I just want to say we have the best music, but anyway, yeah, let's talk about Buc-ee's, because for anyone who doesn't know what Buc-ee's is or where they are, I mean, they're like this huge gas station / retail chain that sells food, and you can go in there if you need a housewarming present. There's like all this stuff. Yeah. I mean, They're known for like their candied nuts and their like sandwiches. I don't know. They're amazing.
Oh,
But
their brisket sandwich.
oh, that too, right? They have a whole brisket counter. I mean, like they're unbelievable. But you know, their gas prices are also usually cheaper than everyone else. And I don't know how many locations they have, but they're like everywhere in the South. And so, how did you get in there?
So earlier we were talking about our friends and colleagues and our network.
Yeah.
When we officially trademarked or started the trademarking process for American Pet Place, I launched the American Pet Place page on LinkedIn. And I asked all of my colleagues and friends and links to follow us if they could. A friend of mine that had moved from New York to California, he was head of sales for a lot of major brands that we know, and his relationships with different retailers is pretty large. He messaged me. He was like, what's going on? I'm like, well, this is what's happening. He was like, we have to talk. I have a friend in Texas that was just approached by Buc-ee's, and they're looking for a company that can do pet clothing because they're now looking to expand that category.
Right.
During the pandemic, we saw that a lot of schools were not open. A lot of people were working from home. The only things that were selling was baby clothing, sweatpants, sandals, and pet gear. So they said, well, now is the time to think about pets. And that actually, that conversation started November. So we launched in September 15th of 2020. That November was the conversation with my friend Anthony.
Okay.
Anthony, then it took a couple of months. That January of 2021, we started talking to Buc-ee's.
Okay.
And talking to their designers and talking to the buyer, all through a sales rep that is out of the Dallas Mart who has a relationship with Buc-ee's already.
Wow.
It took a while in different proposals and different packages of what we can do, what we offer, how we can make things for them specifically.
What really comes into play here too is your expertise though in the retail, because I would have like no idea how to price that stuff. You know what I mean? Even if I knew what it cost, I wouldn't know how do you present a proposal to such an institution like Buc-ee's. So that's a big edge that you had.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, I mean, it's definitely a skill that I learned throughout my career, presenting to, you know, when I was with Carter's in Oshkosh, we presented to all the major big box retailers. So it was always a deck on who you are, what's your story, and what you can offer. And also to your point, the pricing opportunity, like how do you promise a certain margin to retailers to make you seem like you can be a good fit?
Yeah.
So
no pun intended, a good fit.
Yeah. So I based it off of my top sellers on AmericanPetPlace.com. So that was my first proposal. So that's January of 2021. Fast forward, November 2021, we get the call that they accepted our offer, our bid, and they want to make us their pet vendor. Which was absolutely, I mean, I kneeled on the floor and I'm thinking, you know, this is so meant to be. You know, it's definitely something that I would have evolved into based off of my experience and my background. But I was so focused on building the website and learning the business that I didn't really think that I had the wherewithal to start a wholesale channel. And it's born. You know, now we're able to say that we are a wholesale business with great. So, you know, when we circle ourselves with the right people, like I said, my brother Joe, he's in the logistics and transportation business. He knows all the warehouses. He could help me get that product from China.
Yeah. And you know what? I realize I can't believe this already. We're kind of close to the end, but I just want to encourage people that, you know more people than you realize. And a lot of times that person, it's like 1 degree of separation. So don't be intimidated if you don't have someone in your family who's involved with logistics and everything. We have to mention your fabulous husband, Snow White, who couldn't join us today, but I really want you to tell the world about his daily routine, because then we have to go.
He'll wake up at least 2.5 hours before he has to go to work.
Wow.
First thing he'll do, he'll make a pot of coffee. He'll grab bread, seeds, nuts, and he is out there with all of the most beautiful birds we have in our backyard. He's a horticulturist, so we have a gorgeous garden that he put in with some great vegetables. So as he's walking around looking at his stuff and how they're growing, he's feeding the animals.
I love it.
He has a pet squirrel. He buys special nuts for him. So like, he loves it, and
I love it too.
He's taught me a lot about smelling the roses.
Yeah.
Because we do get really busy with our lives, and just to slow down and see how things around us are beautiful. I see birds that I really never experienced, right? I'm like, wow, that bird has red. It's him, and he is just so good. I love him.
I think it's both of you.
Oh, thank you.
I know I can sense the chat box is going up. It's like 2 minutes to end, 1 minute to end. Tommy DeVita, do you want to bring us to the end, or is it too noisy over there? You want me to do it? I don't know.
No, I'll do it. I'll do it, Val. I just want to say, Joshua, we're local to each other. Well, not where I am physically now, but when I'm on Strong Island. So I look forward to meeting you in person. I see a great collaboration when the pop-up happens and we're doing really cool stuff on location with you guys. I think we'd have a lot of fun with that. Definitely. I watch birds all the time, so I dig that whole scene. Got to stop and watch the birds. Got to stop and smell the roses. I'm in the market to adopt a chipmunk. So we'll have to talk. I think you said it's your brother, so we'll have to talk about that. And I gotta leave everybody with this. This is the end of the show. Joshua, appreciate your friendship, and I will leave you all with this. In his total commitment to nonviolence, Gandhi always included the animals, stating the greatness of a nation and its moral progress. Be judged by the way its animals are treated. Treat everybody with compassion. Love you guys. Later, everybody. Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Love you.